pause. Hello, my name is Pastor Gord Clark. If we've never met before, if we have met, thanks for coming back to our Pause Devos. And that's part of the Dynes Pentecostal Online Church. Once a week on Wednesdays, midweek at noon, Eastern Standard Time, we have a moment to pause and consider something that we hope that the Holy Spirit is going to use to speak to you. And what I want to talk today is about Daniel, the senior in the lion's den. But actually, I want to talk about the fact that Daniel was used at various ages in his life and what we can do with that ourselves. What age are you? How old are you? God can use you at any age. So let me show you that in the life. So King Nebuchadnezzar attacks Jerusalem circa 605 BC. And he takes a number of Jewish people into captivity, and also, as you'll see, they rise into different positions. Daniel's one of them. So when he's taken into captivity, he's somewhere between 14 and 18. Nebuchadnezzar's dream needs to be interpreted. His first time, Daniel interprets another dream. We'll see in a moment. And Daniel explains the giant statue made of different kinds of metal. And he does that, and you'll see that in Daniel chapter 2, between the ages of 16 and 20. Then later on, and it's clear, again, look in the scriptures, look in Daniel chapter 5. Nebuchadnezzar has another dream, so he brings back Daniel to interpret that dream. And there's a handwriting on the wall. And it talks about the destruction of the kingdom of Nebuchadnezzar. And that happens in Daniel chapter 5. But ladies and gentlemen, that means that by that time, Daniel is at least 80 years of age. Now King Darius takes over. And as King Darius takes over, he is now, Daniel, in his 80s. And if you know the story, Daniel winds up being thrown into the lion's den for praying. He had kept his integrity all the way through into his 80s, and he's thrown into the lion's den. And what does God do? God not only delivers him, but God uses Daniel to have the king, King Darius, declare that Daniel's God is the God of that kingdom now. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see later on that Daniel lived a great rest of his life. And my point is this: your age, my age, is not a hindrance to the Holy Spirit. If we're willing to be used just like Daniel, regardless of age, and we're faithful to God, just like Daniel, regardless of age, the Holy Spirit will use us at any age. How old are you? You think you can't be used by God because you're too young? You think you can't be used by God because you're too old? Neither of those statements is true. So do this. Pause. Consider what it is the Holy Spirit is asking you to do. And the Holy Spirit is always asking us to do things. First and foremost, to become more and more like Jesus. But whatever other area he's asking you to participate in, don't let age determine what the Holy Spirit has already decided. Can I say that again? Don't let your age determine what the Holy Spirit has already decided. He will guide and he will empower you to do what he wants you to do. Now, in his wisdom and in his timing. Let me say this. If you're young and he says, go and get an education, go get an education. Or if you're old and he says, go and get an education, go get an education. But friends, whatever it is, whatever the Holy Spirit is asking you to do, don't let age limit you, because it doesn't limit him. God bless you. Have a great rest of your week.